Changer. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Well. Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio for the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? Today's Thursday, April 21st, 2022. For KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and the UNX Networks, I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? Tonight's another Fader night with open lines all night long. Yeah, man. Let's do this. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. All right. Open lines all night long. Uncensored, unfiltered. Uncensored, unfiltered, unscreened. Yeah, all of that. It's Thursday night's Fader night. I really can't wait to get to Thursday night every week on this show. We haven't had Fader night in 2 weeks. So this is like week number 3. And if we count that, so if we go back and we go, what? Okay, 1, is that like a month? Is that 4 weeks? Well, it's certainly 3. Yeah, it's crazy. If you count the days in between, it's been a while. And we've got this new setup that is going on here. And which also, oh yeah, there it is. I had a cover. I don't look at myself, but so we've got this new thing going on for all of you. And what is there something missing here, or is that everything? Oh yeah, we've got this thing on the bottom. Oh, I got to go to something else. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is it. I guess this is all we have. I don't know, but it looks pretty cool. Anyway, so with this setup, it meant that I had to move the phone lines onto another computer. So, you can't see it here. You almost can. Okay, so here, this camera is on a monitor, right? So I keep looking at myself. I hate that. Anyway, that's one monitor here. And then there's another monitor here. And, different computers. And then that had to shift over and is now over here on this computer. I don't have a camera here. Oh, I could put a camera on that one too. What if I did be blocked by the, maybe I could put a camera on a stand out and it would be like this sweeping studio shot. Ooh, that's an idea. Maybe one up there in the corner coming down this way. We could, yeah, we could have 3 cameras for no reason. 1 person, 3 cameras. Yeah. All right. So anyway, now I have to look through because it's a giant mic setup, right? So this thing, I have to look through to the phones. I don't know, man. And I didn't move the mouse today. So can I even see my little Misi on the screen? Okay, I do. I'm going to be looking through. I'm going to figure it out. Maybe if I raise this and then point this down, would that work? Oh, that's a little funky. I almost feel like a dolphin. It's a little funky, but I would see a little better. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, it's worse. I should bring it down and then up. Oh, now I've got a pretty clear view. Look at that. See, I didn't do any of this before the show. And that would work. Hey now. See, I'm looking through here. Hey now. Get rid of this cable, man, and I would be all in business. Okay. All right. Enough of that. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. 747-228-2051. It's my favorite night of the week. I get to take a night off in that I can relax after a long week here, and I just get to talk to all of you. So that's what Thursday night is to me, and I'm very excited about this. So there you go, 747-228-2051. Coming up, I will be speaking at the X Conference, May 13th and 14th, 2022 on Friday night. This is an online event, Friday night, May 13th. Full information at unxnetwork.com. All the links are here. They're over on social media. They're on our website. I'll be hosting Disclosure Fest coming up June 18th, 2022, one-day event at the Los Angeles State Historic Park in downtown Los Angeles. Again, disclosurefest.org for I'm quite partial to your shirt, Jimmy. What am I wearing today? I don't know. Fender. Yeah, I got the Fender shirt on. You know what I'm going to do? Disclosurefest.org. I am going to get. I'm going to get a Fender tattoo. I'm going to get a Fender tattoo, and I want it on my left arm, right on the inside, like right here, like right there. Fender, just big. Now, this is what I'm thinking about doing with that. I don't know. Do I go with this logo like in black, right? And that's it, just right there, black. Do I get the classic Fender logo, which is black outlined in gold with a black outline on the outside of the gold? Do I do that? Well, I guess that would be yellow. Can you tattoo gold? I don't know. So I can do that. And then they have two different versions. They have the spaghetti and they have the new logo, which is this one here. And the spaghetti logo looks like I've got one on the top of the Stevie Ray Vaughan guitar. That's the old spaghetti logo. And then the modern one is this one. This one right here. And it's two different logos. But I'm going to do it. I might do it next week. I'm going to get my friend Al Tiemann is going to do it at his tattoo shop. So there you go. I'll post some pictures. Why did I even just say that? Oh, because of the tweet that just came in. Yeah, Third Stone. That is the funniest tattoo gif ever. What does it say? It says, no regrets. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but I'm thinking about doing it. Not thinking about doing it. I am doing it. I'm getting a Fender tattoo. And I got the idea. It was from, what's his name? The actor. He used to be married to Angelina Jolie. Whatever. He's got a Fender tattoo on his arm, like right here. So, yeah. So I kind of stole the idea. I not really stole the idea. I thought, well, I can do that. I can, right? trademarked. But yeah, so I'm going to do that next week. I'm going to have that done on my, look at that. That's cool. Where are you guys getting these Fender? That's cool. Okay. I'll be in Egypt with Billy Carson this October. Space is very limited. ForbiddenKnowledge.com. You can head there for a complete schedule and info. Links to everything that I'm doing are in the description box below on YouTube. It's on social media. It's on our website. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. You can go and do all of that. Also, all of our sponsors are down there too and over at jimmychurchradio.com. You can follow me on Twitter at jchurchradio. The sandbox is hashtag F2B right there on Twitter. And now I don't have to go over to the YouTube chat anymore to see what's going on there because I have it right in front of me now. And there you go. It's a guitar, of course. I can't wait to see it. Black Sabbath tattoo. That's a great idea, actually. Ozzy tattoo would be cool too as well. Why don't I do them all? Why don't I do a Kiss tattoo? Do a Pantera tattoo? Oh man, Led Zeppelin. Let's just have Frank Zappa tattoo. Why don't Steve Vai? Let's get I could get the Steve Vai third eye right here on my forehead. When I was back when Blockbuster was still open, and I'm going to go and say this was around 2004, 2005. I can't believe it, almost 20 years ago now. I'm at Blockbuster. I got the kids with me, renting videos, and I turn around. Everything that I'm about to say is 100% true. It doesn't sound true, but it's true. So, and I turn around, I got these things. I got candy, and it's Friday night, and I turn around, and in Blockbuster, standing in front of me, is this gangsta, wannabe gangsta, and on his forehead, right here, tattooed in like 3 colors, it says "Crime Pays." Right. What? And I'm looking right at it, and I'm looking at it, and he had kids with him too, as well. And he had stuff all over his face, but it was this "Crime Pays," going across his forehead. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, do people, you know what? I think I've got to do this now. This has got to be like that. That should be fine. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can hear me now. Okay. All right. That's the phones that are coming in. And so he steps up to the cash register and he's paying for everything. And I was watching the cashier totally like freaked out. And I'm like, does this guy care about a job? And I'm thinking, he's already got one. He's already got one. He works somewhere where that doesn't matter, if you know what I mean. Crime pays. Let's get to the breaking news. Elon Musk. I'm going to follow this story till it's finished. Elon Musk says that he is moving forward with his potential bid to acquire Twitter, revealing today that he has lined up $46.5 billion in financing for a possible tender offer for the company. The financing was disclosed in an SEC filing before showtime tonight. And according to Musk filing, the financing includes commitments from Morgan Stanley and other financial institutions. Musk has not yet decided whether he will make a tender offer for Twitter, to just absolutely just buy shares directly from existing investors. He may take other steps to further for the proposed takeover. All of this, according to the filing. A Twitter rep said today that the company has received Musk's updated proposal. The financing for Project X, and that's what Elon is calling his Twitter takeover, Project X. The financing for Project X is $21 billion in equity financing. I don't even know what that means. $13 billion in debt facilities. I don't know what that means either. And $12.5 billion in margin loans. I don't know what that is either. So it's all fake money. In addition to, but you can do that when you're the richest man in the world, I guess. In addition to Morgan Stanley, other banks participating in the financing includes Bank of America, Barclays, MUFG, that's a real bank name, Societe Generale, and Mizuho Bank and BNP Paribas. Things are starting to get serious. I didn't know you could finance this way. And here's the deal. He's the richest man in the world. But that money's tied up in Tesla stock, right? So he would, in order to get liquid, he's got to sell, right? I don't even think he pays himself a salary. You just avoid paying taxes, I guess. But nonetheless, the only way to do this is to borrow the money. So you're the richest man in the world, but you don't have money in the bank. Interesting. All right. I'm just going to leave that right there. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. It was last month, maybe just a couple of weeks ago. A new streaming service started. Grand opening, grand closing. They pop up all the time. It's daily. And this one was called CNN Plus. That's right. And that streaming service was hyped as one of the most significant developments in the history of CNN. Well, CNN Plus will shut down in a week on April 30th, just 1 month after it launched. The decision was made by new management after CNN's former parent company, Warner Media, merged with Discovery to form Warner Brothers Discovery. All right, you got that? Discovery, all of this Warner Brothers Discovery is now the owner of just about everything. Incoming CNN CEO, his name is Chris Licht. I love doing this show. I don't make this stuff up. It's given to me. It's a gift, and I just report the news. All right. So incoming CNN CEO, Chris Licht, notified staffers of the decision in a meeting earlier today, where Licht bluntly used his lips to tell employees, and this is a quote from the press release, it was a uniquely shitty situation, end quote. And that's what you get from your incoming CEO. Boy, that really boosted morale, didn't it? There you go. Grand opening, grand closing. A lot of people lost their jobs. The Lyrid meteor shower will reach its peak overnight tonight at around 12 a.m. right after this broadcast completes. That's ET, by the way, Eastern Time. Named after the Lyra constellation, the Lyrid meteor shower will end the meteor drought, the period between January and mid-April when no meteor showers light up the sky. The Lyrids have been observed for 2,700 years. This shower tends to have bright and fast meteors with many 100 seen per hour. And you can catch that tonight. Try to avoid the moon. But here's the deal. The moon helps light them up too as well. So you get the light pollution of the moon, but the moon lights up the meteor showers. That's why you want night vision goggles. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today. Oh, I'm not doing birthdays anymore. I'm taking that. Oh, I did that on purpose. I'm not doing birthdays anymore. Yeah. Did you guys notice that? I was just like, you know what? I need a change. I don't want to do those anymore. I just don't want to do it. I don't. I enjoy doing it. I just don't want to do it anymore. So let's get this show cracking. On this day in history, OTD, 753 BC. Romulus and his twin brother Remus found Rome on the site where they were raised by a she-wolf as orphaned infants. This date of Rome's founding is fictional. It was set by the scholar Marcus Varro in the 1st century BC. And now everybody just goes with 753 BC. Rome was mud huts until 400 BC. Let's just... But hey, it's their story. It's kind of like North Korea. So just stay with that. Fader fact. An index, listen to me. An index was developed in 2015 that suggests Earth is not the most habitable planet. There is a rocky exoplanet named Kepler 442b. It's 1,100 light years away from us. That is roughly the same size as Earth and in the Goldilocks zone. This planet has a habitable rating of 0.836. Earth trails Kepler 442b with a rating of 0.829. There you go. I love my job. I love it. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. It's open lines. 747-228-2051. And right now I want to hit this River Moon coffee. No birthdays. Nobody has any birth. No. You will have no birthdays and you will like it. That's right. No more birthdays. And I used to enjoy that. I wonder if Jimmy's going to mention this tonight. I wonder if Jimmy's going to bring up this dead guy. I wonder if Jimmy's going to bring up, I wonder if Jimmy knows. I wonder if, that was all kind of fun for me. And whenever anybody posted somebody's, birthday, some musician, whatever, I would remove them from my birthday list. Yeah. That's what I would do to screw with you guys. Just that person doing the tweet. Jimmy's going to see this. Let's copy this. Hashtag F2B. This is going to be cool. And then I would go on my list and it's there and I would take it off. I did it just about every show. I did. I admit it. All right. rivermoonwellness.com, best coffee in the world. Let me start to set the tone tonight for open line 747-228-2051. I want you to look something up. It's called the Murchison Meteorite. And that is Murchison. The Murchison Meteorite. The Murchison Meteorite is one of the oldest rocks anywhere. Wait a minute. What? Not on Earth. Yeah, on Earth. I'm talking about anywhere. In 2020, experts reported that the meteorite contained certain particles that were about 7 billion years old, which is older than our solar system by 3 billion years. The Murchison Meteorite also contained amino acids, the building blocks of proteins and RNA. The Murchison Meteorite is so significant. Now, this all happened in 2020. if we back up mid-1970s, panspermia, you know, our solar system was seeded from elsewhere, that life was brought here. It was, and now that idea, that theory, that thought experiment has caught on, but it was before this. And once you go and you think about this, not only amino acids and RNA and proteins being brought here, these were being scurried about the universe 7 billion years ago. You couple that with the amount right now, 40, 50 billion Earth-like planets in our Milky Way. By the way, you've got to get the book Extraterrestrial by Avi Loeb. I talk about it nearly every night on the show because I pick up the book and I just open it up. This is what I do now. I'm lying in bed. I pick up the book. If you're ever over at my house and you spend the night, let me know and just go into my room and check out that book. I've got bookmarks and pages and bent corners and things. It's there. And so I will lay down and I open it up and I just read. Doesn't matter to me. Just read. And last night, I read this passage from Avi. It was about all that I read in the book. It was so sick. I just closed it up and just sat back and thought about it. And Avi says, he goes, okay, the number was 50 billion Earth-like planets in the Goldilocks zone, rocky Earth-like planets with water that can support life just in our Milky Way. And then he follows that up with, he says it in the book like 10 times, but just on this one specific page, he says, if we just look at Earth and see the life here, that is all anybody needs to know if you wonder if there's life out there. That's all you need. That's it. We've got life here, therefore it exists everywhere. A lot. That's it. And then we have the Murchison Meteorite. 7 billion years old. It's older than the solar system. And it ended up here with amino acids for proteins and RNA. Think about that. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is Thursday, which means it is Fader Night. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. On the Game Changer and UnX networks. I'll be right back to take your phone calls right after this short break. All right? All right. Stay with me.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. with wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Do you have an interest in the paranormal? Then you'll love the unxnetwork.com. The X is your streaming audio and video for everything supernatural, strange, and mysterious, like UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and so much more. From hosts like Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and Christina Gomez. Visit the unxnetwork.com show page for a complete list of all the paranormal programs you'll find on the X. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates at KUNXDB. Follow our Facebook group, UnX Network. Find the podcast on Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and Apple Podcast. It's time.
It's new.
It's the X.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Manson. You're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is Thursday. It's Fader night. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. And now, that's what's missing. Okay, let me see if I can create something right here. Hang on for a second. Okay, so there's that. And then how do I modify it? I edit this by saying, okay, let me try this. Let me go the call. And see, look, this is how prepared I am for tonight's show. Done. And then I go save. And then if I go here, yeah, look at that. It's coming across right there. And then it starts up again. It's right here. Pretty cool, huh? No, it's not. But at least I don't have to say it now. It's right there. 747-228-2051. And let's take a crack at this. I don't know what I have no idea. I haven't tested. I'd rather do this just live on the air. Well, I haven't tested because I haven't taken phone calls yet. And that's it. We're going to do it right now. Let's see if it's working. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Donna from Kentucky.
Hey, so the system is working.
Yeah, the video format, it's snazzy.
Oh, you
I
like
love
it? Snazzy. I like that. Snazzy. So, Donna, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Donna, why do you ask? Why do you ask? I'm just, you know what? We're going to start off like this, Donna. Is that what we're going to do tonight? Where I'm going to, what do you think, Donna? It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. It's the best night of the week. I'm in the best mood ever. You already know this. You know the answer to the question.
It's a Southern thing.
It's a Southern thing. You're just being polite.
Yeah.
All right. All right. You know what else is a Southern thing? Food. Just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general. Food, right? So, do you take a casserole to your neighbors? Have you ever done that?
Actually, no, I hate casseroles.
What? What about
I do.
what you know what's a good casserole? Chicken casserole with the onions on the top. A good chicken casserole.
The only good chicken is a fried chicken.
Okay. See, you're Southern. Yeah, there you go. That's Kentucky right there. Yeah, you're right about that. You know, the other night, and we'll get to what you're calling about in just a second. I'm hungry right now. The other night, this was, let's see, we're Thursday. I'm thinking this was Sunday. It was on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I'm thinking it was Sunday. And I went, I need fried chicken. I was like, I need fried chicken right now. And what do? So I went to Popeyes. I did. And I got their red beans and rice. And what else did I get? Red beans and rice. Oh, French fries, biscuits, and a big box of chicken. Spicy. Man, it was so good. I just love fried chicken. Okay. You're right about that. The only good chicken's fried. Yeah. All right. Donna, what's on your mind tonight?
Mm-hmm. All right. I have a definition, like for psychokinesis and telekinesis. This is setting up what else the call's really about.
Okay.
Psychokinesis is the unconscious, subconscious movement of objects.
Yes.
And telekinesis is the conscious. So you're willing an object to move, telling an object. Telekinesis. That's how I see it.
Like telephone. You're speaking.
Telephone.
Yeah.
Tell something to kinetically move.
Okay.
Yeah. You see where I'm going there?
I am. So this is setting up what?
Setting up the rest of the call.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Donna, you're good. Why are you being difficult tonight? Are you in a difficult mood? Are you in one of those moods?
No, I'm in a good mood tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
So I hate to see you in a frisky, feisty. I don't want to see that. Yeah. And you laugh because you're like, yeah, Jimmy, you don't want that phone call. Okay. All right. So we have telekinesis and we have psychokinesis. Right. One is verbal. One is the power of the mind.
Well, one of them is conscious and the other one's subconscious.
One is conscious, one is subconscious. You had me the other way. One was vocal and one was with the mind. But anyway.
No. Yeah. Anyway, a few weeks ago, a caller named Thomas called in and he said that he thought that poltergeist activity and UFOs were connected. So that got me thinking. And I've been thinking about this for a few weeks now, and I think that he's right.
How
and
so?
Shout out to Thomas, by the way. What if that some of the poltergeist, the people who experience the poltergeist activity are also abductees, experiencers.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're either contacted by the extraterrestrials or the inhabitants of the spaceships, when they're up there, they're having telepathic conversations with them, contact with them.
Mm-hmm.
And what if that one of the side effects of having telepathic contact with them is when they bring you back home, that you're having psychokinetic activity, that it's a side effect of them doing that the telepathic communication has activated something in them. I think the pineal gland or something like that that's supposed to. And it's causing psychokinetic activity, which is like poltergeist.
Mm.
Objects moving, flying across the room, you know, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's what it is?
Yeah. And so I think where you're going with that is we think it's ET. Right? And it's not. Maybe
Well,
it's so
yeah. Well, we think it's ghosts, you know, ghosts that are haunting.
Wow.
But it's not actually that. It's the people that are experiencing the poltergeist activity who are subconsciously or unconsciously moving the items because of their abduction experiences, which is cause the side effect in their brains that cause the psychokinetic activity. And they're blaming it on ghosts.
Or, yes.
And they don't even
blaming.
They don't even remember.
Okay,
having the abduction experiences.
So, do you have psychokinesis abilities?
I've had one experience that I guess would be it that I know of, and I just moved into an apartment, and then there's been a couple little minor incidences. But other than that, I don't know.
Okay.
This place is supposed to be haunted anyway, so.
But are you causing it? That's my question.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder.
Now
I've seen UFOs, so.
See, but okay. So now let's suppose something. Okay, you're at the house. You're making a chicken casserole for your neighbors, right? Okay. You're making a chicken casserole for your neighbors, and you sense movement, and you turn around, and there's a little ET standing in your kitchen looking at you. And maybe he's put on an apron, and he's there to help you make the chicken casserole. You freak. But while you are doing that, something moves on the countertop, your coffee machine, right? You think it's ET moving the coffee machine, but maybe it's you, right? In the freak out.
Well, I would freak out because ET would probably cook a chicken casserole better than me because I can't cook a casserole to save my life.
Yeah, anybody cook. I can cook a chicken casserole. I forget what Lisa Reed and I, we spend an inordinate amount of time texting, right? So, we talk on the phone, but we text a lot. I mean, it's just like all day, all night kind of thing about just whatever. And we were watching this TV show together. This was a couple of months ago. And I don't remember what the TV show was, but the neighbor brings over a chicken casserole, right? And Lisa and I was like, oh, man, chicken casserole. That sounds so good. And it's been a while. And so then Lisa and she's like, yeah, I know. I love chicken casserole. So now the two of us, she's doing it on her end. We're looking up chicken casserole recipes and sending them to each other. And then I saw how easy it was to make. It's like chicken, cream of mushroom soup, and a pan. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's all that's in a chicken casserole. I thought it was more complicated than that. And then you start thinking, no, there isn't any extra ingredients. There's no peas, right? There's no corn. There's nothing in there. It's just like 2 ingredients, 3 if you go all highbrow and high society and put on some fried onions, French onions on the top, and go downtown. But that's it. So you can cook a chicken casserole. How can you mess that up?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could, but I hate mushrooms.
Oh, is there mushrooms in a chicken casserole?
Well, cream of mushroom.
Oh, well, what if you just got a cream of soup?
Nah, I just have the fried chicken.
Do they make a cream of soup?
They probably do.
They probably do, right? That's doesn't cream of soup. If they don't make it, they should. You can pick the little mushrooms out. Those little square Campbell's mushrooms, man, they're like this big.
Oh, God.
Just take those out. Hey, Donna, you're the best.
Yeah.
You're the best. You're the absolute best. How long have you been, before I get to the other calls, how long have you been calling into the show? Have you thought about that? How many years? This is 2022.
I think it's been since like 2018 or something like that.
Oh no, that's only that's only 4 years. You've been a pain in my butt for at least 6.
I'm no pain in the
butt. You are the smartest caller.
If you look up when Kentucky did that marijuana law, that'll be because that's the first call I made.
Was
in February the 20th or something like that.
Your first call was about pot.
Yeah. Happy belated pot day, by the way.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, you are you smoking weed right now?
No,
okay.
I don't smoke because I got asthma.
Oh, okay. I don't smoke because I get paranoid. I get paranoid now. No. I never got paranoid on pot. Right? Never. I mean, it was I didn't even know that paranoia and pot were even related. And then you take like a week off, right? You know, kind of rinse yourself out a little bit. And then I just remember I was smoking this pot was called like the weed that killed Elvis. That's what, from my pot dealer, he goes, dude, this is the weed that killed Elvis. And I'm like, really? What? What do you mean? No, that's what it's called. It's called the weed that killed Elvis. Right? And it was just like, anyway, I just remember I think I'm done. And I smoked all of the weed that killed Elvis. I polished that off. But that was kind of like the end of it for me. I didn't like that paranoid
You should have done
feeling.
that back in 1977 before it killed Elvis.
Yeah, I know. That would have been cool, huh? That would have been cool.
Yeah. I don't think I need a pot to be paranoid. I'm already like that naturally. I don't think I need it.
Okay, I got to get to these other calls, but I just want to talk to you forever. Do you ever do edibles? Is pot legal in Kentucky now?
I think the medicinal, I don't know what's going on with it now. I have to do more research in it, but there's no like pot stores around. You can get like CBD oil and hemp oil and all that good stuff, but
right.
There's no and not unless you get from somebody you know that lives around here.
Right.
I can get it from somebody, I could figure out some way, but I'm not going to get into that.
So you guys don't have pot stores yet. You guys don't have pot stores.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
Kentucky's behind.
There's pot stores. I would venture to guess, and somebody could put this up in the chat or pop this up in Twitter, that I would venture to guess that there are more pot stores in Los Angeles than Starbucks and McDonald's combined. I mean, you drive down the road, and it doesn't matter if you're in Beverly Hills or if you're in South Central. It doesn't matter where Venice Beach. It doesn't matter where you are in the Valley, San Gabriel, San Fernando Valleys. It doesn't matter. You drive down the road. It is every block pot store. Every block.
The most I have. The most I have is hemp lotion, which is awesome, by the way.
Let me see here. Hold on. How many pot stores in Los Angeles versus McDonald's? I'm serious about this. I'm wondering. Oh, wow. Okay, now here's the name of the article, the headline. Marijuana store density surpasses Starbucks and McDonald's combined. Look at the stats on this. I am looking at this right here. It's Holy crap. That's crazy. It's 2-1.
Ooh.
2-1. And Portland, it's geez, man. It's way up there. Denver, Seattle, not so much. You would think that there'd be more pot stores. Retail marijuana stores per 1,000 residents. LA's the highest. Denver, Portland, Oregon. Yeah. And only in Seattle's hometown does Starbucks hometown. But there you go. It's like 3 times the amount. I knew it. You can feel it. You know how you're driving down the road and you say to yourself, man, there's McDonald's everywhere, right? There's nothing but 7-Elevens. There's nothing but Circle K's. Well, that's pot stores now in LA. I'm telling you, it's every block. It's everywhere. It's crazy. Hey, Donna, great phone call. Great way to kick off the show. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll talk to you.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Fade to black.
Fade to black. That's Donna from Kentucky. The absolute very best. Let me get back to these phone calls. I just like talking to Donna. I could talk to Donna all night long. I could. She'd be a guest. I could just sit and talk to Donna about pot and fried chicken all night long. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, this is Walter from Texas.
Hey, Walter from Texas. How are you?
I am doing good. How's everything going over there?
It's going good, man. What's on your mind?
On my mind is the Hard Rock. Now, we had the one in Vegas with memorabilia, and then it closed down. Now, I never stayed there, but I stayed at another hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed the memorabilia they had and the Rock of Ages show.
Right.
What was your favorite? Did you ever go there? And what was your favorite memorabilia?
I stayed there. I stayed there. They had. It's been a while though, but I remember. This is what I remember. I remember they had some Judas Priest guitars. I think they had one of Rob Halford's leather outfits. I remember that. I think they had an Eddie guitar, Eddie Van Halen. I think they had I took pictures with it. They had one of Steve Vai's gem guitars. And that was pretty cool. I have pictures of that somewhere. I
got some stuff with the Kiss memorabilia stuff too. I
remember that.
There probably a year before they closed down. Now, Jimmy, check this out. So I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida originally. That's where I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I had an opportunity to stay at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, at a reduced rate. Because if you look it up online, they're kind of pricey there.
Uh-huh.
So I stayed. And there, they even have, I think they moved everything there or a lot of it, but they have an incredible collection. And it is, every wall on every corner is covered with memorabilia. And my favorite one in that hotel, the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, would be the Buddy Holly jacket they have over there.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, are all the Hard Rocks, are they closed now? What did they do with all the memorabilia?
No, listen, that one they closed in Hollywood.
Yeah, what did they do with it?
No, the one they closed in Las Vegas, they closed that. And the one in Hollywood, Florida has all the memorabilia.
Oh, I got you.
And when you go in the room, they play you their little ads. I think they have 7 around the world still.
Okay.
Hard Rock.
They used to be everywhere. But that one in Vegas was huge. The Hard Rock Hotel and with the venue, the joint, which I'm sure that's what they had everywhere. The smaller.
You haven't been to the one in Florida, have you?
No. Is it just a restaurant or is it a hotel too?
Jimmy, look it up online when you get a chance and see how the hotel looks. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
What makes it so crazy?
It's a guitar. The hotel is a 40-story guitar.
Oh, let me see. Oh, check that out. Oh, that's cool. It's a 40-story Les Paul. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look
and
at that.
It's a full-size casino, hotel, dining, shopping, everything.
Just right outside of Miami.
Yeah, right outside Fort Lauderdale in Broward County.
Yeah.
And the memorabilia they have there is incredible. It's Johnny Cash guitar, Les Paul, the gold one.
I remember when I landed at Fort Lauderdale, a couple of months ago. I saw this from the airplane, and I forget what they were advertising, but you could see it, right? And so I mentioned it to somebody after we landed, and they said, "Oh, that was the Hard Rock." I was, "Oh, really?" And so, yeah, you're absolutely right. And now I do remember it. And yeah, I guess technically I have seen it. I saw it from the air. So there you go. Hey, Walter, have a great night, man. I got to get to a commercial.
Oh, thank you so much, Jimmy. You too. Bye.
Have a great night. And that is Walter from Texas, formerly of Florida. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night, open lines all night long. I'll be right back after this short break with more of your commercials. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Hi, Race Hobbs with the X. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you have an interest in unexplained phenomena like ghosts, Bigfoot, and UFOs. And by now, you know that we have our own X blog, the UnX newsletter, and the UnX magazine quarterly. But most of you don't know that we have started our very own paranormal conference. And this year, for safety, this 2-day XCon will be virtual, so you can attend from the comfort of your home. XCon presenters include Whitley Strieber, Micah Hank, Hanks, Margie Kay and Preston Dennett, Lisa Martin and Wayne Lawrence, Lee Spiegel, Debbie Zegelmeyer, Dan Terry, Kate Grabowski, and Ray Hernandez. There will also be a live paranormal investigation by the Riverside, Iowa Paranormal Team. So come hang out with us in the safety of home as we set out to explain the unexplained Friday, May 13th and Saturday the 14th, 2022. And tickets are on sale now. Go to unxnetwork.com. That's unxnetwork.com.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church. Fade to black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright-Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight's Thursday. It's Fader night. It's open lines all night long. 747, ticker's running right there. 747-228-2051. And what a great night. And it was a pretty testing week here to make the changeover and hoping that, and Monday night, we did the test broadcast on Sunday with Christina Gomez and Drew the Geek. Drew, a tremendous amount of work went into this, and I want to thank Drew right now for everything that he has done. Christina Gomez, who, the kids today, they understand technology. I don't. And in that, I just don't need to learn more stuff. I just want to just stay with what I got. And it took a while. Anyway, so a very trying week, and audio was sussed out, and I think we're pretty close now to having the right audio, and we can move forward, and I don't have to trip out. The show ran for so long on the other platforms that everything in here was dialed in. I never touched anything on the console. I never touched any. No, it was just, I didn't have to think about those things. And now, and I had a good way to monitor everything. And with my setup, that's my rack gear, with the Tascam headphone amplifier that I have, it's got two sources, right, that you can plug into it. So I can listen to two different feeds. Now I don't have the opportunity. I can't listen to this. This I can't listen to. I can't monitor it. I can only monitor what's going into it, but I can't hear what's coming back out. That's a drag. So it was hit or miss. But anyway, here we are. Now we arrive after 3 days, kind of dialing things in. And we roll into Fader night with what? Unknown audio. And the phone lines and everything else. But I'll get used to it. And so with that, let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, it's Sarah Ann.
Oh, no way. All right.
Yeah, I got a little treat for you.
Okay, well, hold on. We'll get to that in a second. By you saying, Jimmy, this is Sarah Ann, the 20 calls on hold all went, well, we're not getting on for a segment. Right?
Yeah.
Jimmy's going to talk to Sarah Ann for 2.5 hours. And
sit down, pour yourself a drink.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, so what's the treat? What do you have for me?
Okay, 1 second. You know that song?
Fire and Ice.
Sarah. That's right.
Oh, that's but you picked one line of the verse. So Jefferson Starship. And let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a better vocal in all of rock and roll than that song? Maybe not.
No. They have an amazing band name. I mean, they went from Jefferson Starship to Starship. I mean, obviously, we're going to love that name.
Mickey Thomas, man. Mickey Thomas and what he did on that. And they've had so many great singers over the years, but that Mickey Thomas era, oh man, oh geez. And any song by them that had a woman's name in it.
Yeah, I'm sure there were more, but it really made like my 5th grade amazing.
Oh, I can only imagine.
The boys that would sing that.
Yeah.
I thought it was special.
Well, how about that song Jane? Everybody named Jane was just so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and for me, I got Van Halen when they came out with Top Jimmy. I was like,
that's right.
Yeah, and then and Panama on the same album, right? Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That's right, because you lived in Panama for a while.
I got the Panama tattoo right here. Look, see?
They wrote that record for you.
Can you see that, everybody? It says Panama. Yeah. 14 years old, cost me $1. God, I'll never forget my dad's face, man. I'm standing, I got shorts on, I'm in the kitchen, it's like 8:00 in the morning, and I've got the gauze taped to my arm, right, from the night before, and I'm standing in the kitchen, bowl of cereal, and my dad comes in to go to work. He's in his army uniform, and he takes one look at me, and he looks at my arm. He goes, "What is that?" It says, "Tattoo, Dad." And I'm 14. I'm lucky to be alive, to be honest with you. And
I know. I can understand that.
And man, as a parent, if my 14-year-old daughter came in, and I walk in, she's got a piece of gauze on her arm. What's that? It's tattoo, Dad. What are you going to do? And but there you go. All right, Sarah.
You know what's funny to me? Not to get off track, but the second I turned 18, I went and got a tattoo, and I was really strategic about it because I'm a master manipulator. At least I was at the time.
Right.
So my dad was in the Navy. He's got 8 tattoos, and we are talking like topless women on each of his biceps. I mean, raunchy, right? Like very old school Navy. So I was really smart about it. I went and got a very cute little version, a very personal sort of representation of a bigger one that he has on the front of his arm on the left-hand side. It's like a cross and a heart. His is much bigger, but I got a small, cute version of it on my ankle. And so when my parents discovered that I had a tattoo, they're like, "Why did you get that?" And I was like, "I just wanted to be like Dad."
Oh, you are a manipulator. You had that planned out. You had it planned out. Yeah. Why did you just get your dad's name tattooed on your
Because it's so much cooler. And you always have to have a backup plan, You always got to have a plan to get out of it.
Yeah, you do. So what's the tattoo say? It says, "I love my dad." Oh, okay. All right. All right.
My dad is my hero.
Yeah. So what's going on? What's on your mind?
Anyway, so I'm going to have to set up this call with Donna. Only because I want to share a very weird, woo experience that I had a little over 2 weeks ago. And in all seriousness, I feel like the reason that woo feels illogical or inaccessible to the excessively scientific mind, if you will, I think it's because most of us who are being exposed to the woo and communicating with it, if you will, we're just not fluent yet in the written and spoken language of woo, which actually, from my perspective, is anything but unscientific or illogical. And like you, I'm no millennial. I actively use technology. I'm very good at having a vision of how I need it to work for me. But how that picture appears on my computer screen, I have no idea. Like,
right.
I just don't get it. Like, I wish
right.
that I was an experienced carpenter, because for me, non-physical, especially contact experiences, non-physical energy, anything that you can't really touch, it's very nuts and bolts. And I wish that I could explain that in a way. One day I will be able to, but like having these experiences and trying to understand them is a full-time job, let alone trying to explain them. We really need the help of translators, which frankly are people like scientists, architects, computer engineers, seamstresses, basically any kind of skilled artisan in the traditional sense can explain, because they have references for these nuts and bolts and essentially hardware is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So I just want to set it up with that, because I think all of this so-called woo stuff, or let's say interdimensional, more like light energy, something that's less dense than what we're physically used to, it is highly organized, very technological, extremely structured. And I'm sorry, but you can feel the nuts and bolts of it.
Sure.
When you start to feel it.
Right.
So anyway, I think as a scientist, we understand woo, be it ghosts, the ability to see spirit dimensions, and most importantly, understand contact, especially the ones that are less physical. They just need to understand the technology that we already have on the planet. Again, I don't, but I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
So anyway.
All right.
Leading into this, I had an experience a couple of weeks ago, and it was very, very weird, but I've had similar experiences in the past. And I know everybody thinks that I'm this weird, like, star girl, like alien lover chick, but very planetary a lot of the time. And since like 2014, I've had the awareness that there's communication going on. Maybe it's contact. I don't know. It's contact with something via the streetlight system. I've read that other people have this awareness too, where maybe it's like blinking streetlights, or it feels like some sort of code that's coming through. Kind of like in the movie Interstellar, where the future Cooper is communicating via, I think it's binary code.
Yes.
Through some sort of
Morse. It's Morse code. Yeah.
I've also had the Morse code thing going on, where one day I'll see it with the streetlights. I mean, and I'm not imagining it at all. It's very, very clear. And then the next day I'll like hear Morse code. I don't know what it is, but for me, it feels like, hey, we have these like stargates and wormholes that allow us to travel in between stars, if you will. But there's something going on within the framework of the planet. And I think that there are, I don't know if they're like inside of the planet, where they have access to the grid work, if you will, of technology of the planet, but they are communicating through the electricity, the currents that run through our homes, and the streetlights.
Sure.
And I wonder if anybody else has experienced this. But listen, I don't know how light projectors work. I don't understand how, the different television channels are connected. It's some sort of broadcasting network, I'm assuming. I don't really understand what that is, but there is a broadcasting network that allows for these contact experiences.
Sure.
I don't really know how it works, but I know that it does. So, okay, I hope that I set that up. Anyway, I have this experience.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, we didn't even get to the experience
We
yet.
didn't even get there yet. I'm just trying to set it up.
Okay, so
it's a little bit weird.
Okay, so we're going to do this for the rest of the show. Okay, I'm just letting everybody know. Okay.
I'm going to speed it up now.
Okay.
Speed it up now.
Let's go.
So I have this experience where I go to lay down at night, and there is outside of my bedroom window an amber street light. There's actually two. And I swear to God, those street lights used to be like white and blue. I swear they changed colors. But, it is what it is. And as I'm starting to relax my eyes, just like if you meditate on a candle, they start to move, and all of a sudden they really start to move. And I know that something's coming in. I kid you not, out of those streetlights popped a hologram, and inside of it were men. They came up to my window and were looking in, and they looked like, I don't want to say, in Star Trek, is it the Klingons that kind of have the funky head and they're a little bit darker in color?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not the Trekkie, I don't know. They were darker in color. I want to say like Mayan, but they had military gear on, almost like mining gear combined with military gear. I had the sense that they were underground or in some sort of inner dimension, and that they were somehow connecting with me and working with me and communicating through the technology that we have in the streetlight. And, I could see them as clear as day.
It was
a very technological experience.
I want to
very
have
futuristic. There was nothing Google about it.
Sarah Ann. I just want to have dinner with you. I want to sit down. I want a margarita blended, and I want a couple of tequila shots chilled.
Yeah.
And a pile of nachos. Enough there that I could sit for about 2 or 3 hours and just talk. Because I know that's a good conversation. I just know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's fun. And you're going to need that amount of time just for me to spit out a few words. Clearly. Sorry, people.
Man. I mean, that was just awesome. You had me. You had me at Streetlight. Yeah. That's incredible.
Something just to ponder, I think.
There was a whole lot to unpack there. And that's just wonderful. Sarah Ann, give my best to your dad and his booby tattoos. All right. Will you do that for me? And just tell him I said,
we're about to go outside and look at the meteor shower.
Oh, I'm going to do that tonight too as well. I've got everything ready to go. And I have, I'll show it to everybody after the break. I don't have it right here in front of me, but I got one of those. They were advertised on Facebook, and you always see it on Facebook, some telescope that you can zoom up and see Martians on Mars, right? And these, right. And there's this telescope that you could put on your cell phone. Right. And you can look at Saturn. Right. It's all BS, whatever. Sarah Ann, it's all BS. But I bought one. Right. I did. And it actually showed up in the mail. So I've got one of those, and I'm going to take it out tonight, and I'm going to mount it on my iPhone. It mounts over the camera and points out. So I haven't done it yet. It's still in the box. But I'm going to get that ready and see if I can video some meteors tonight. That'd be a lot of fun. So there you go, Sarah Ann. Enjoy the rest of your night, and stay away from the amber street lights, and go check out the meteor shower. It's going to be great.
Sounds good. You have a good night. Lots of love to all the Fader nuts.
Right on. Time to fade to black. That is Sarah Ann, and that was pretty interesting. If we just take it right there. So what she was saying as she started to doze off, that underneath I'm putting you on hold, stay right there. Underneath the street light in the illumination, these, and she kind of described it almost, I'm putting you on hold, stay right there. Almost described it as almost like a hologram. That they just appeared. And that's pretty interesting right there. But they were dressed in military fatigues, but they had Klingon reptilian heads. Very, very interesting. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yeah, hi, Jim. This is Bill from Apple Valley, California.
Hey, Bill from Apple Valley, California. How are you?
Yeah, we're neighbors, huh?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, about 70 miles or so.
Yeah, not that far. Well, it depends on how fast you're driving on the Pear Blossom Freeway. Yeah. So.
Yeah, kind of nervous. I talked to you in Laughlin last year. It was pretty cool to talk to you.
Okay.
And I actually went on the Skywatch with you guys. Pretty cool.
Was I nice?
Well, yeah, you were. You were offering to let people use your
Night vision?
goggles, whatever. Yeah.
Was that the night that the asteroid crash? Was that night that meteor?
There was a blue comet, whatever.
Yeah.
I know it was green, wasn't it?
Yeah, blue and green and orange. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was freaking out. Yeah.
Oh man, you know what? We didn't see like any ships.
No.
But man, we saw that, and that was pretty cool. Oh, that was the night of the petroglyphs, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know what? I was out there before you were, and I saw Olivia on the mountain, and
right.
I was talking to Nurse Nancy. I was talking to her,
yeah.
And I never knew what they were doing in the mountain. And I went back, and I found out later. I'm like, what the heck? I missed it.
You missed all of that. Olivia.
Yeah.
Olivia and I climbed into a cave, and she's crazy. She's so much fun. She'll do anything.
Yeah.
And so she videoed, I videoed, and we shot both sides of the valley there, the entrance in, and then inside of the cave. Anyway, these videos that we shot are just incredible. And here's the funny part, Bill, that after that, I get back from Laughlin, and I'm not exaggerating. Olivia and I texted morning to night for like 2 weeks.
Is that right?
Yeah,
wow,
it was
cool.
amazing. I mean, what we saw up there. I'm
going back.
I couldn't get over it. I could not. And I'm just so glad that we shot all of the video that we did and took pictures. But
well, I live close enough, so I can go back and check it out.
Yeah, well, you're 70 miles closer than I am. It's not that bad of a drive from here. It's not that bad. It's 4 hours.
Well, hey, I know you got other callers, so I want to ask you some quick questions about a person and get them all out and just listen to your answers. Chris Bledsoe, this guy fascinates me.
Yeah, he fascinates me too. He's a good dude.
And why isn't he on the news? And why? I mean, this guy, his story is amazing. And I was wondering if he's going to be on your show again. And I remember last year he invited you to go to Easter, and I was wondering if you did that, and if you're actually going to go out there and experience these things.
Yeah,
and that's it. I just wanted to.
Yeah, Chris is amazing, and we're up against a break, so I won't take any calls until the break. But Chris and his family, though, it's not just Chris. It's his family.
Right.
They went through an experiences, but I'm talking about the original thing with his employees and they went through something. And when you go through that as a family now, because if it's just you, Bill, then it's you dealing with it. But when it's your family, now you've got to work with your children on this. It's your employees.
Right.
You've got to deal with that. You've got to deal with your own self. You've got a wife that you have to consider. This is now a family affair.
And so true.
Yep. So that couldn't have been easy. Could not have been easy. But then it continued. And it wasn't, just the UFO phenomena, the orbs in the sky, but now you've got an apparition of a lady in your backyard. You got a tree that's catching on fire by itself internally. And to this day, that video, and it was his son that shot that video, who I had on Fade to Black. And
I missed that.
Yeah. And I had him on, and when you see you've seen the video of the tree burning, right? There's two.
Yeah.
Okay. They shoot because they put the fire out, and then it starts again, right? Inside of the tree. Yeah. So anyway, all of this is going on, and it catches the eye of the government, and we know this now. There was a lot of people that visited his property. The original property and the new one and continue. But I look at this two ways. So, and I hope everybody understands this. I am sure that Chris would like this message to get out to the masses. I do. Then there's this other part that I'm not so sure that he knows what's going on, and neither does the researchers that are doing work out there. And that includes from different agencies, but you have universities involved and you have private researchers and college professors. You have Diana Pasulka is involved. So how much of that do you actually want out into the public when you don't understand the phenomenon yet?
Right.
So I think it's a combination of both things. But I don't think Chris has any issues with speaking about it. He certainly has been very forthcoming on this show and has answered everything. I'm totally intrigued. I know. It's so interesting. Yeah, there's something going on. Now, we have this religious aspect to it. Now, there's another problem here, and this is a big deal. So just go with me for a second. You can't get into predicting the future or looking like a prophet and then having a religious spin put on this. You don't want to be in that position. First off, you don't want to be one of two things. You don't want to be right and you don't want to be wrong, right? So you can't win, right? So it's the end of the world, and you're going to predict that the end of the world comes. Do you want to be that guy? No, you don't want to be that guy. You want to keep that to yourself.
Totally.
Or you predict the end of the world and it doesn't happen, then you're an idiot, right? So you can't win in either scenario, and that is kind of playing into overall part of this Chris Bledsoe experience out there. So
got it, man.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
total
I'm with
sense.
you.
Thanks.
I'm with you, Bill. I'm with you. I'm with you, neighbor. I'm with you, neighbor. All right.
You take care, Jim.
You behave
Thanks
and be
for the
well.
call, man.
Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. That's Bill in Apple Valley. Yeah, he's right. Technically, he's my neighbor. Yeah. An hour away. But in the general area in the Mojave Desert. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night, which means it's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I've got a lot of calls on hold, but I'll get to everybody. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and this year, June 18th, 2022, the Disclosure Fest Foundation presents the Mass Meditation Initiative. It's Saturday, June 18th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., one day only at the Los Angeles State Historic Park in downtown Los Angeles, California, right next to Chinatown. I'm hosting the event again this year with music performances by Trevor Hall, The Desert Dwellers, Poran Gi, and many, many more on 4 separate stages. There's 16 stages in total, over 30 acres in downtown Los Angeles, with vendors and tents and presentations and workshops with Billy Carson, Adam Apollo, Lori Spagna, Laura Eisenhower, Brad Olson, David Palmer, and many, many more. It's all simple to do. Just go to disclosurefest.org for all of your tickets, information, and a full schedule of the day's events. Again, disclosurefest.org. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I just posted the video. Cassandra posted it. I retweeted it. The Chris Bledsoe burning tree. That is nuts. And also, you can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. And because P.S. Fader, who is that? Palm Springs Fader, posted the picture, the group shot of all of us in Laughlin for the Skywatch. And that was a great night. That was a great night. An amazing crew. And everybody's there. Man, I didn't realize. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, maybe 32. There's a hidden head in the back. And check out Melinda Leslie. That was a great night. That's Olivia down in front on the left with the pink socks on. And that's who we were talking about earlier. But that was a great night. That was so much fun. And half of these people have been on the show too as well. So anyway, you can go to my Twitter feed at JChurchRadio, and you will see it pop up there. Also, hashtag F2B is the sandbox with everybody there. Let's see. I'm good to go. Let's go back to the phones. 747-228-2051. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, is this me, Jimmy?
It may be. You want to talk to Jimmy?
Yeah, it's Chris from Indy. I'm a new time caller.
Yeah, Chris from Indy. Jimmy's going to want to know what part of Indy.
South side, right around Garfield Park area, if you know where that's at.
I don't, but Jimmy might. I'm kidding. How you doing? See, you were just totally thrown. And I only did that because you're a first time caller. Don't be nervous, Chris. So South Side Garfield Park. I know where that is. Of course, everybody does. And welcome to the program. What high school did you go to? This is the Indy test.
Franklin Central.
You went to Franklin Central? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. You know where I went, right?
Was it Warren or was it?
Yep, I went to Warren.
Oh, really?
And I also, well, here's my list. I actually went to a few schools, obviously. Elementary school was PS 102. And then junior high was PS 103. And then, it's public school 103. And then the second half of 8th grade, because my parents got divorced and my dad and I moved out of the house, we moved up to the north side, and I went to Belzer Junior High School. And if you know where Belzer is, which is across the street from Lawrence Central. And I almost went to Lawrence Central instead of Warren Central, but that ended up not happening. So there you go. All right. I love Indy, man. I miss Indy every single day. I do. I got it.
When I started listening to the show, go ahead.
What's that?
No, I was going to say, I couldn't believe that you were actually from Indy when I first started listening to your show.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. That's my childhood, man. And Indy's just a special place. And even, my memories of it are one thing, right? You're a kid, and Indy certainly was different in the 70s and the 80s compared to today. But going back to Indy today as an adult and driving around, all I do is just say to myself, I got to move back. I've got to move back to Indy, or at least get a second home, and just go and hang out there like half of the year with all of my friends. My friends are so cool, except for one, and all of my friends are so cool, and just everybody has grown up to be just great adults and great people, and Indy was just an amazing experience for me. So there you go. What's on your mind tonight, Chris?
Well, I got a few things. I don't want to take too much time, but there was a few questions I was wanting to ask you for a while. I never actually called in. It's the first time, but just real quick questions. Like, I don't know if you remember the guy that used to call in on Fader Night named Neil that always had the cool stories. I just wondered if you ever knew what ever happened to him, because I don't ever hear him on Fader Night anymore.
Right. Crazy Neil. And I actually met Neil in person, I think once. Maybe twice. And he is exactly who you think he is. I mean, I don't know what happened to Neil. I haven't talked to him in a long time. It's probably been a couple of years. And he was introduced to me by somebody else that hung out with him. And I don't know, I don't even, these are people that I don't talk to anymore, or I just don't see. So I don't know. Maybe Neil's listening right now. Well, it'd be kind of funny if he called in tonight. Jimmy, this is Neil. I'm out here in the desert, man. And, man, he was just, and the army's attacking in the clouds from the moon, and they're coming from their base on Mars, and been talking to him all day. It's just, I love those calls. He was, and in a weird way, I think he sees this stuff. I don't know how, and I don't want to know, but to Neil, this is his experience for sure. So, but no, I haven't talked to him for a couple of years, Chris.
All right. One more question, and I'd tell you a couple of sightings I had. They're real small ones, but
okay.
Also, in your commercial where that guy says you should have got that pony. I don't know. For some reason, that guy's voice sounds familiar, and I know that you were from Indy, so I just didn't know if there was a relation there with that person who says that in your commercials or whatnot, because he sounds a lot like my half brother's father. I just didn't know if that was a connection.
Is your half brother's father named Gene?
No, close.
Okay.
He has the same. My half brother's father has the same name as yours.
Oh, really? Jimmy Church?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, not the same last name, but first name.
That is Gene Vito, and Gene is listening right now. And Gene has been a FADERNIGHT since the very, very beginning of the show, going on 10 years. And he did that voiceover for us. He used to call into the show with that voice, right? Hey, Jimmy, what's going on? And it just was one of those things. So we got him to record that, and we've had it running for, probably 8 years now. It's been a long time. Gene's listening right now and laughing. Gene's the absolute very best. He's probably in the chat room going, ha, ha, ha. So, yeah. So there you go. Okay, you said you had a couple of sightings. Did these happen in Indy?
Yeah. One was when I was, I think, around 18 or 19. I had my own apartment in Beach Grove. And I don't know if there's two different parks in Beach Grove, but one of the smaller parks, it's off of 9th. Me and my ex-girlfriend got in a fight one night, and she ran out, and I went to go try to look for her, and I was on my bike, and I went past the park, and I saw a triangle. It was really low, but it was headed towards, I don't know if you know where the old St. Francis Hospital is. But
oh, yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, if it was government or alien, but it was pretty low. So that was the first one. But then also, I don't know, I have this weird theory that my ex's property, that she lives like near Martinsville.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of like in a country area.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw formation, like there were dots, but they were moving erratically. You know what I'm saying? They were parked and then, or whatever, and then they would move up and down and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of strange. But another thing I was wanting to say is, for some strange reason, I have this conspiracy that her property is somehow connected to Skinwalker Ranch.
Why?
I don't know how I got that theory. I to be honest, I could probably spend a whole one of your episodes explaining it, but it's kind of bizarre. Like, to be honest, I don't know. Hold on. I'm actually looking down the street right now, and someone's creeping down. But no, it's kind of strange. But I had a couple of theories. Like one of the nights, because you used to work for Coast to Coast, right?
I did, yeah, for 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I found you. And I've always listened to Coast, but I always had this strange feeling that I've listened to Coast in the past life. But I listened to you one night, and I think it was around the time that Oumuamua went by in the sky. I forget what year it was, but I don't know. I was listening to one of your episodes, and somehow I thought that you were tied to Oumuamua, which I know sounds really weird, but no, I've had some strange experiences on her property that kind of deals with, I wouldn't say I've never been abducted, but if I'd say something that was connected to probably astral projection, but while asleep, it wasn't in a lucid dreaming state, but it was like, I don't know if you've ever heard of someone falling asleep for maybe 20 minutes or, whatever, but I've seen some weird stuff on her property. I mean, just in general, I've had some weird experiences around in this area.
Right on. And I've had strange things go down in Indy too. And I enjoy telling the stories. And when I think about the actual experiences, because I was younger, and I'm 20, I'm 18, I'm 19, I'm just a kid going through these experiences, and what I would give if I could have experienced that with more knowledge, right? With more knowledge, because I didn't know how to deal with it at the time. And I mean, the disappearing house on German Church Road, to this day.
See, I've had an experience where a gas station, it was built pretty much overnight one time. It was weird.
Well, okay. So you had something appear. I had something disappear. And then also up on German Church Road, around German Church and 30th, like right in there between 25th and 30th, there's this, it's still there. We used to call it the electric company. It's this transformer station out in the middle of this cornfield. But there, man, we're sitting there with a group of friends. we would go there and drink because we were too young to go to bars, right? So we would go there, park and drink and smoke weed all night and listen to Black Sabbath. So, but this one night we're there and this dude comes out of the fog, and back then the electric company was surrounded by cornfields that went all the way to Greenfield. You know what I mean? All the way out. They went to the Ohio border, right? It was nothing but cornfields for miles and miles and miles. So there was nothing out there. And this guy comes from the cornfield out of the fog and walks right up to us and says, he had a hood on. Couldn't see his face. It was a shadow. He's in black. And he goes, "Have you seen my dog?" I was like, "What?" And we all screamed, man. It freaked us out. And then he just turns around and walks back into the fog. I remember somebody from the back seat of the car goes, "What did he say?" I said, "Man, he said we seen his dog," and freaked us. Now, I would like that experience as an adult. You know what I mean? I would like that experience as an adult. I would be able to process it differently instead of sitting there screaming and, peeing on myself. Maybe get out of the car. Maybe go follow this guy into the fog. Was he a ghost? I have no idea. But the crazy thing was the next day we went back out there during the day and backed the car up against the trees and just looked. Right? Okay, now what is out there? We knew, but it was just like we needed to verify. There was nothing there, man. It's cornfields. For as far as the eye can see, what is this dude doing in the middle of nowhere? He didn't park his car out there. We're the only, you know what I mean? It was weird.
Yeah.
What was he doing out there?
Yeah, it almost sounds like an experience I had down the road in this. I was in this. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was in this golf course, man, at 3:00 in the morning, and I thought I saw a UFO, but there was like a little mini crop circle. But this guy was out there in the middle of the golf course too at 3:00 in the morning, and I couldn't figure it out. And I could have swore I saw a flash of red light, and the dude disappeared. And then shortly after he disappeared, he reappeared. I just went back to the house.
Well, look, Chris, 3 a.m. in a golf course. You're asking for trouble, man. You're just straight up inviting that. That doesn't surprise me.
You're right.
Hey, Chris,
you're right.
Enjoy your night.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure. Go ahead.
Can I ask one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever think, or have you ever heard of the theory of maybe like I don't know how to explain this, but it kind of sounds a little bizarre and like someone going out of their way to do it. But do you think that UFOs or aliens would disguise themselves as airplanes?
Of course. Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Sure.
What do you think the purpose would be behind it, though?
Why? So you wouldn't call into a radio show and tell everybody about this, the flying saucer you saw the night before. I'm being serious. That's why you do it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. Hey, Chris, enjoy your night, man. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks. My best to Naptown. And that's a great phone call right there. I love Naptown, man. I love me some Indianapolis. And I do. I've got time for one more call in this segment. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? What is this, man? Is this Indianapolis night tonight?
I don't know. I can't hear. I'm on hold. I can't listen to the show, and I'm on hold.
Oh, JT.
I guess it is.
How you doing, JT?
Very well, my friend. How are you?
I want to know what side of town you are on. North, south, east, west.
Raymond and Harding over by Lily.
You're over by Eli Lilly.
Yes, sir. Hauling the starch. Still not for very much longer, though.
Yeah.
Pretty soon I won't be honking that horn, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to be honking. You're just going to be honking to the baby Jesus. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you give me a resume. I mean, a local boy like you made it big in L.A., TV, radio, movies. I'm hoping you'll give me a reference. I mean,
yeah, I can do that.
I sent you my email.
But if they look me up, they're
going to. My email. You and Mark. I asked Mark for one too, but he flaked out on me. Mark in Dallas.
Hey, JT, let's keep.
You hear that, Mark? I'm talking to you. I'm trash talking you, Mark.
Hey, JT, let's keep all of that on the down low private, okay? So, so what else is going on? Did I ever tell you the story about me and Mrs. Lilly from Eli Lilly?
Yes, you did on the airplane. Yeah, you told me that story.
That's a true story. That really happened.
Well, I would hope it was a true story. I mean, I don't think you make something up like that.
No. 90 years old, getting plowed. Bloody Marys.
What was she drinking again?
Bloody Marys. Bloody Marys.
Oh, boy. That could have been my wife sitting there.
It was, it's just so funny because, you're sitting in first class and somebody like her, right, from the Lilly family, which practically owns Indianapolis, right? And one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world, and a very how do I say this? A very established family. But man,
yes, sir.
She knew how to drink her Bloody Marys. That's all I got to say.
Jimmy.
Man, ordering
Jimmy.
Ordering two at a time. So there you go. Yeah. All right. So what's going on?
I'm trying to send you. I want to talk guitar, of course, tonight. Not my guitar, but I'm trying to send this link. I don't know why it didn't go through here. I'm doing it again right now.
Are you doing it via email?
No, I'm doing it on a Twitter, whatever you call it. Man, I'm so pumped. You just don't even.
Okay.
Anyway, this is Jake Cunningham. I just sent it.
Oh,
he is 25.
Yeah,
25 now.
Yeah, I saw this come in. That was you.
Okay. To go to the 2-minute mark.
Oh, I'm not going to play this on the air.
No. I'm telling everybody, just go to the 2-minute mark. And I'm asking everybody. I wouldn't tell anybody to do anything, but suggesting at the 2-minute, because we just did it. I wanted this about Jake. Met him 10 years ago. He was 15. My daughter, Dr. Richardson, who works out there at Hendricks County Regional and IU, he's an infectious disease doctor. He plays in a blues band. He plays horns and all that. Well, anyway,
right.
He saved my life in 2011. That's how I met him.
Right.
Anyway, when I got MRSA really bad, I almost bit it right then, buddy. Almost beat Kevin up there. But anyway.
I've got
Dr.
it.
Richardson, he built an amphitheater on his property out there in Danville. Just one like them little corrugated aluminum, stainless steel or whatever airplane hangars. So and he does 3 concerts a year. Right now he's in Midland, Texas working, so he's not doing any this year. But he would do one July 4th, and then a couple other dates. And the first one was for Indy Honor Flight, which is I don't know if anybody knows about that out there, probably not, because it's called Indy Honor Flight. That is where they get the World War II veterans, and now they're moving into the Vietnam veterans and stuff like that, because there's not many World War II veterans. They get them on a plane with their family. They take them to D.C. to the monuments. They spend a week in D.C. with them. They bring them back to a big homecoming at, one of the high schools like Warren or whatever, and a bunch of people there to honor these veterans. And anyway, so the first one's for that. So he doesn't make any money on these concerts. Everything goes to Indy Honor Flight and the Susan B. Susan B. Komen Foundation Breast Cancer Walk is one of the things he does. But he needed an opening act, and he had seen my daughter Alex, who's now 24, play guitar, and she's got some videos up there and that I produced and stuff like that. I got them all on private, unless I share the link.
So who is in this video here?
This is Jake. I'm just introducing him to, back. We just reunited. We're co-founding the band Romans 6:10, which is a Bible verse. And we're going to go short we call it 6:10 for short. But that's the one where it says, he lived and I can never quote a scripture. I'm bad at that. I can tell you a scripture, but basically it's called once for all. He died once for all man. And that was a band I was in 99, Once for All with Pastor Tim Euchre. And we did a couple CDs and stuff. I played the drums, and Gunnar used my 5-string jazz bass because of the tone on it. But anyway, Jake played guitar, and he took lessons from Roger Aldean here in Indianapolis. You remember that guy's name? Or?
I do remember the name. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He passed away a couple years ago, but Jake, at the age of 14 or 15, 10 years ago, would take lessons from Roger, one of the best jazz guys in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after his lesson, Jake was teaching other kids. While Roger was teaching other students, Jake went in another room and taught other kids for 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's how good this kid is.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just as good 10 years ago when he, in 2 minutes, and I put it on Facebook today. I said, "Hey, Jim, remember this?" I said, and I'm a drummer first and a bass player second, self-taught mostly. So I'm no music theory guy or anything like you and Mark or anything like that. I don't know. But anyway, we were practicing out there a couple times before the big gig, and my daughter was actually the opening inaugural act for that amphitheater. You know, she was the very first one to play there, and then Jim's band came out and played their blues stuff afterwards. But anyway, we're sitting out there practicing, and Jim's like, okay, yeah, he's good, Jake's good. He's 15, He says, can you, and this is what Jake says in this video. I said, Jake, what was that scale he asked you to play? He says, I recall it was like E flat 17. And then Jake keeps going on. To me, it's like E flat 17 over L XY suspended ninth ZWA. That's
right.
I mean, Jake lays it out. He goes, I recall it was E flat 17 in this video at 2 minutes, and then he whips it, man. He just boom, blam.
All right. Hang on. Let me see what's going on with this. Hold on.
9 flat 5 scale, where it sounds like this.
Well, I'll keep talking so there's no dead air. How about that? And update on my granddaughter's UFO thing.
Hey, okay. JT, hush.
Yeah.
Hush.
Oh, I thought you wanted. I don't.
Hush.
It's live radio. It's like didn't want dead air.
Hush.
No dead air. Jimmy,
hush.
Remember?
Everybody else can hear it. So he's 15, huh?
He's 25 now, but he did that when he was 15, when Dr. Richardson said, can you play this?
I was going to say, if he's 15, he's got an eating disorder, if you know what I mean. He's a grown man now. Well, that's fantastic, JT. And
then at 12 minutes, he goes into, I said, hey, remember Don't Stop Believing? How long has it been since you played that? And he goes, it's been 10 years since I played Don't Stop Believing. And he just rips it. I mean, he does the Neil Sean stuff. A little rusty on it today, but or the other day when he was there Tuesday.
Right.
But at 12 minutes, he gets it back,
All right. Well, and, I'll check out the video after the show. I just want you to be safe out there.
Well, what I'm asking, of course, hopefully you can. I sent you my email. You got my email.
Yeah.
Let's shoot me a quick little reference, and then I don't know if it'd be cool, but if I posted the contact us for the church, you think I should do that or not?
JT, I would keep
Faders.
I would keep it on the down low. But JT, be safe out there, my friend, and enjoy your weekend.
Hey, I will. You too, Jimmy, and as always. Time to fade to black and number 624 to 26 to all the Fadernauts. Love you guys, and hopefully I'll be retired from trucking. That's the whole thing. Me and my wife have been trying to figure out how to get me out of a truck. I'm tired of it. Been doing it since 82, and just want to spend time with her and the kids. And if I get this worship team pastor position, which is a full-time paid position at the Carmel campus, that's a big deal, buddy.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Give me that horn.
All right. Love you all, man.
JT from Indy. JT,
Did you ever get your horn put in the Jeep? Did you get your horn put in that Jeep yet?
No, JT, but I've got a commercial that's going to run in 2 seconds. So behave and be well. Have a great night and a great weekend. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. That's what goes on here. JT, trucker from Indy. And there you go. What is blinking? Oh, I do have weirdness going on in the studio. I'll be right back.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal God on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Life Change Tea has a great offer for you right now. The 3-pack special. Save $15 on their popular flavor pack of Super Tea. Get all 3 flavors, original, peppermint, and pomegranate. Life Change Tea tastes great. It's an all-natural, gentle cleanse with a unique blend of 12 herbs that helps keep your digestive tract clean, clear, and healthy. And it's so easy to make. Just brew, steep, refrigerate, and drink. Serve hot or cold. And 1 to 2 servings a day is all you need. You take care of the outside. Do the same for your inside. Life Change Tea is made right here in the United States and helps thousands feel their best. It's an important part of any daily routine. So go to getthetea.com/F2B. That's getthetea.com/F2B. That's getthetea.com/F2B.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of Forbidden Knowledge, and we're heading to Egypt this October. Come join Jimmy Church, myself, and the Forbidden Knowledge team as we spend a week exploring Giza, the Great Sphinx, the Great Pyramid, Saqqara, Dashur, Aswan, Edfu, Dendara, Karnak, and we'll celebrate Jimmy's birthday in Luxor. The Forbidden Tour of Egypt is this October 5th through the 12th and includes a 4-day Nile cruise, expert Egyptologists, and a chance to explore Egypt with Jimmy and I as your host through your journey of a lifetime. Space is limited, so make your reservations now. Please visit ForbiddenKnowledge.com for information and complete itinerary. That's ForbiddenKnowledge.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and this year, June 18th, 2022, the Disclosure Fest Foundation presents the Mass Meditation Initiative. It's Saturday, June 18th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., one day only at the Los Angeles State Historic Park in downtown Los Angeles, California, right next to Chinatown. I'm hosting the event again this year with music performances by Trevor Hall, The Desert Dwellers, Poranki, and many, many more on 4 separate stages. There's 16 stages in total, over 30 acres in downtown Los Angeles, with vendors and tents and presentations and workshops with Billy Carson, Adam Apollo, Lori Spagna, Laura Eisenhower, Brad Olson, David Palmer, and many, many more. It's all simple to do. Just go to disclosurefest.org for all of your tickets, information, and a full schedule of the day's events. Again, disclosurefest.org.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night. We haven't had Fader night in a few weeks, couple weeks, but it's like been 21 days. And it's been a while. I really enjoy Thursday Night Fader Night with all of you. Ton of calls came in, and I'm trying to get through everybody. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. And it's uncensored. It's unfiltered. It's unscreened. It's your calls, your conversation all night long. And let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. Oh, did I not? Yeah, you are live. 3, 2.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? This is Drew.
Hey, Drew, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm just sitting out here in the greenhouse watching the stars, waiting for the meteor shower to start.
Right on. What's on your mind tonight, Drew?
Brother, I want to, for those, I set in the chat room for people to get their pendulums ready. I like to show how to transmute energy. I want to show proof the energy is working right now. I want to show some magic on air.
Okay. And how are you inviting people somewhere to go and do this?
I'm doing it right now. If people have a pendulum and say get a lighter or a pen or a pencil in front of them, and I can show you how to transmute the energy from using the pendulum, but using your words. The pendulum just going to show you that the energy is moving.
And how
I've done this on other.
How do you do this?
Do you have a pendulum? Do you have a pendulum available to you, Jimmy?
I don't.
Or just something on a string that you could use as a pendulum?
I would need some more prep, Drew. I'm in my studio. I mean.
Yeah. I got it. So here's the thing. So you take say just a lighter. It doesn't have to be a lighter. It can be any object. But you hold a pendulum over it, and you can do this after Jimmy, and then post about it or whatever, or share your thoughts. It doesn't matter what. Hold the pendulum over the lighter. And as you're looking at and there was a caller that was called in earlier that was talking about telekinesis, the difference between telekinesis and some other form. I believe there's no difference, and this is what made me think of this and wanted to share it tonight. So hold the pendulum over the lighter, and you can verbalize or even think about how the lighter is made, how it's made of plastic. It's probably made by Bic. It's got a piece of metal in it. It's got a piece of flint, and it's just like an object, and you're holding the pendulum over it. And then if you start speaking to the lighter, and you're say recognizing the lighter as it's lighting sage, or it's lighting your incense, or it's lighting tobacco, or it's taking part in a sacred way, or it's connected to the central fire because it holds a flame, so it's connected to the central fire, therefore it's sacred. And watch the pendulum's energy coming off this object change just with your words, and you can go back and forth how you talk to it and watch that energy change back and forth.
Do you have to hold do you have to hold the pendulum, or can you hang the pendulum from something stationary?
Good question. I think with time you could probably hold it with something. You could disconnect your own energetic field from that. But yeah, I know it's possible. I definitely know that's possible.
Right.
But,
right.
To start off with, because you can feel the pendulum moving itself. And that's why I do this exercise with people, and I coined this this is the beginning of telekinesis, because you're starting to, the boundaries in between you and that object are starting to dissolve. And that's what has to happen really for telekinesis to happen. You have to, identify as, you're part of this. You're the ocean, not just a drop. And that's kind of what starts to happen in this. But I wanted to do this to show people that, just to prove people, we're not waiting on anything. The time of magic and everything is here.
Yeah, sure. In I don't know if you've seen it, but in Caroline Corey's film, I think it's Superhuman. I don't think it's Gods Among Us. I think it's Superhuman. She does experiments with that. And what she does a controlled environment. And it's pretty impressive. Where she's got stuff under glass, right? That there's no human interference. And that's why I was asking you if you can do this without holding the pendulum. Because holding the pendulum,
I can, yes.
Yeah, if you're holding the pendulum, you can't hold it perfectly still. But if you hang it from something and then manipulate it, that's a whole nother a whole nother. I've never even tried it, so I don't know. I've never seen anybody do it. I don't know, but
dude, when I first bought a pendulum, the very first pendulum I ever bought, I walked into a store, and this after seeing my medicine teacher from Brazil, like Ronaldo Guerrero. He was teaching me a ceremony one time, and we was getting done, and he was messing with a pendulum. I didn't even ask him about it. It just sparked my interest. So then I went to a store like a couple of days later and went to buy a pendulum myself. And as I walked in to pick a pendulum, like they started to pull away from the wall towards me. Like there was some type of magnetic pull, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And,
I used to have some pendulums. I haven't seen them for a while. They're stashed. I have no idea.
I meant to show you this in Laughlin, and there's just so much going on. I didn't think about it, man. I wish I would have showed you this in person. But the next time I see you, man, you're gonna see these feathers that I got, and we're gonna we're gonna do some testing or something on these feathers, man. They definitely have a magnetic pull.
Yeah, I've got your feather.
Yeah.
I've got the feather that you sent me. It's a pretty fat feather too. It's not a thin feather. It's a fat feather. So, all right, Drew. Well, listen.
And I started my own show, man. I'm not competing with you. I got my schedule before yours, but I may be coming over to KUNX soon. Me and Margie has asked me over, and we're going to be talking. So,
all right, fantastic.
Definitely got to be on a. Yeah, I got Grant on was my first guest, and he at the end of this show is just kind of like a chat we had. And at the end of the show, he told me that I should start a podcast. And when Grant says that you should start a podcast, you just go ahead and take that as a universe speaking. So
yeah, sure. Yeah, right on. I encourage it.
We got into it really deep, man. Got into the really deep conscious aspect of UFOs and everything. It was awesome.
Well, congratulations on that, and just keep your foot on the gas. That's the advice I give to anybody that starts their own thing.
I'm pushing it through the floor right now. I'm pushing it through the floorboard right now, bro.
Right on, Drew. Well, behave and be well, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll keep my eye out on Twitter and see who is doing the pendulum test right now.
Right on, Jimmy. Hey, you're the very best. Fade to black, Jimmy.
Right on, Drew. That's Drew Banky, everybody. And you can go and post in Twitter if you did the pendulum test. You know, the whole thing, I love it. I love it. Oh, by the way, my lights were just blinking. I had to turn, and now are you guys watching that? It's like disturbing to me now. I can see, you see, and it's not, and I thought it was like automatic settings with the camera, which everything is turned off, right? Autofocus should be, you see that? That's happening behind me. See that? The lights are off, man. The lights are off. I don't know what's going on with that. And it's only happening. Is it happening in both cameras at the same time? When that light changes? You guys see it, right? It's not right there. It's not me. What is doing that? And nothing's changing on the computer. Wow. That's pretty strange. It's not just me. I know you guys are seeing that. And I don't know what it is. Now, so we have this camera here. Then we have this camera over here. And I'm seeing stuff right there. So it's only happening in this camera. I can only look at one. I can't look at both at the same time. Is that weird thing? Why isn't it happening on both the red guitars? Yeah, that's strange to me. That is bizarro. Okay, let's see. Let's go here next. But wow. Right? So it's not me that's changing it, right? See, I'm moving around and I'm not changing anything, but watching that click in the background. And so I spun around and one of my lights was flickering. So I turned it off, but it's now continuing. And that light is solid. Man, I love it. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Well, it's John. Is Jimmy?
Yes.
Of course it is. Good to hear from you, sir. Hope all's well tonight. I don't know. I'll do two quick things. I'm only like a second, third time caller to your show, but love your stuff, man. You do really well.
Thank you.
I called maybe like a month or two ago about it was Barbara Lamb, and we talked about her situation. Just to update that, I did see her recently. I told her, we talked about her being in the hospital. So she is out of the hospital, but she's doing okay.
Cool.
She's back at home. So just to put that out there. I just have a couple questions regarding kind of, I guess, take it with your life, honestly, with kind of where life has led you as far as with the rock stuff. I don't know you like your history too well. Like you were in a band. You were rocking like on the road. Like in a band at one point.
That would at some point that happened. Yes. Okay. Okay. So what's your question?
So basically, what is the road life like? You know, like if you were really doing that, like living out of a band or being on the road. My path, I feel like, is similar, and
okay.
I feel like
all right. This is something that I've thought about a lot. Okay, so no matter what's in your head, no matter what the fantasy is that you have about being on the road, okay, what I'm going to tell you now comes from I'm not going to charge you for this information. I'm not going to send you an invoice, but I will say this. Men have died. Countries have fallen for the advice that I'm about to give you right now on the road that you're not going to get from anybody. Okay? You ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Laundry. That's it's not sound check. It's not hanging out with the band on the bus. It's not video games in the back lounge. It's not smoking weed with Puff Daddy when you pull into Los Angeles. It ain't any of that. No. It's laundry. And let me tell you why. You're going to go on the road and you will pack 2 or 3 pairs of jeans, 5 shirts, and you've got to stop making noise in the background. Thank you. And you're going to pack your underwear. You're going to pack your socks. And those are going to be grungy, nasty in 4 days. And in 2 weeks, now that you've worn that same pair of jeans for 7 days in a row, on stage, during the day, on the bus, you're going to sleep in them. And your quest going into each town is to find a laundromat. And you are going to pull into said town. You're going to meet some friends. You're going to do this. You're going to go through sound check. Next thing you know, you're on the bus and you're rolling out of town. And you're like, I didn't do laundry again. And this is going to continue to the point where you and everybody that you know are going to be looking around at each other, and you know that your friend has also not done laundry for 4 weeks. And everybody is wearing underwear for 4 weeks. This is the road life. So forget about the romance, man. Forget about restringing guitars. Forget about the food at the truck stops. Forget about all of that, the magic of being on the road. It's laundry. So you need to, and now, no matter what, pack double the clothes. Whatever you think you're going to need, pack double. Whatever it is. The main thing, make sure in your bag is 20 pairs of underwear. Don't pack 4. Pack 20. Are you hearing what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So laundromat at least every 20 days.
You're going to be lucky if you do that. You're going to be lucky, man. You're going to be lucky. Look, if you're out with Guns N' Roses, you've got somebody doing your laundry for you. You ain't Guns N' Roses, right?
Not yet.
No. Laundry is a challenge. And a lot of these dates, you roll into town and right before sound check, you do sound check. You're the opening band. You don't get to go back to the hotel, and you stay at the club. You do the gig, then you hang out and drink. The next thing you know, they're like, well, we were going to stay the night tonight, but we're going to get on the road now. You got to pack up everything, get the equipment back in the truck, in the trailer, whatever you've got. And the next thing you know, instead of even going back to the hotel to take a shower, you and your stinky bandmates are back on the van or the bus. Nobody's showered, nobody's changed clothes, and you are ripe. So there's now, is that rock and roll? That is so rock and roll, man. That is so rock and roll. That's my advice. Laundry. All right. Hey, John.
All I heard was freedom right there. All I heard was like Braveheart, freedom calling from the sky.
That's what it is, man. It's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing. John, enjoy the rest of your night, man, and weekend.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
You too. That's a good phone call right there. And I mean this. You cannot gain that kind of experience until you do it yourself. You don't know. First time on the road, and you got your duffel bag, and you got your pedal board, and you think you're all set to go, and you've got 5 pair of socks that are hard as rock in a week. And you're just like, how am I going to do laundry? And the other thing is, you got to have the money to do laundry. Because you're going to be broke. This is the life. This is it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's tough enough to do laundry when you're at home. Wait till you get on a van with a trailer in the back, and you got a driver, your tour manager, driver dude, who's also the sound guy. You've got maybe a backline tech. You might have an extra roadie, and then the next row of seats is the bass player, the drummer, and the singer. The next row of seats are the 2 guitar players, and all of you are sitting next to each other for 8 hours. just the stench. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Faded Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Deb from Sacramento.
Hey, Deb, how are you?
I'm great. It's great to have you with the new format, and the phones are working, and you've got it all sussed out, and it's just fantastic. And I have to say, we love it when you have the double screens equally sized, because trying to see your expressions in a tiny box wasn't working, because you're part of the conversation. You're the interviewer. So great format, and we love it.
Right. So I just changed it up.
Loving it.
I just changed it up. Okay. So what's on your mind?
Okay. Real quick. Okay. What's on our mind is you and me are going on a spaceship for a year to save the planet with a group of aliens that know nothing about humanity. We're each allowed to bring 5 things. different categories. The first category, Jimmy, and I'm going to let you answer each category, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm bringing. Your first category, and I think I know your answer, is favorite food for 1 year. What are you taking?
Chef Boyardee overstuffed Italian ravioli. Next.
You're not taking In-N-Out.
No. It won't last
ravioli.
On the trip.
Well,
okay, next.
Okay.
I want to get this done.
I'm taking home. I know, and I'm taking my homemade lasagna. Number 2.
Okay.
Your favorite vinyl album, actual album, vinyl album, or musical device, and it can't be electronic. What are you going to take?
Van Halen 2, but I need to take a record player.
Okay, well, you can. They have one. They
Okay.
can manifest that.
Okay.
Okay. Favorite movie. What movie are you taking?
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay, and I'm taking The Sound of Music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and my album, I'm taking ABBA because it's got a great rhythm, and I'm hoping we can teach them how to dance. This is also for teaching purposes. We have to educate them about humanity. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Favorite game that you're going to take, and it can be a board game if you want. What are you going to teach them?
Favorite backgammon.
I knew you were going to say that, and I'm taking Monopoly.
Okay.
Okay.
Good choice.
And number 5, what's your favorite? What book are you going to take to either because you love it or you want to educate them on something? What are you going to take?
You said book?
Favorite book for education or just because you love the book?
Book? Man, there's too many good choices there. I would take...
Well, you got to make one.
No, you know what? No. I'm going to go outside of the box here. I would take a college edition History of the Ancient World. That's what I would take. Or I would take a set. I would take a set of encyclopedias. That's what I would take.
Okay,
I would take a book.
only take one book.
Then I would take.
But is that for teaching them?
No, if it's for me to read for 10,000 light years.
Okay, well, we're only going to be up there for a year because the purpose is to teach them about humanity so we can all come back together and save the planet. So the more they know nothing about humans, so the more we teach them, the better, our job is up there. And then they can teach us what they know.
All right.
And then my book I'm taking, and I was really torn between the Bible and the Kama Sutra because if they're not sexual beings, we are. So we need to teach them, basically, what humans are. They're sexual beings. But I decided on the Bible because I don't think that being sexual beings really keeps us divided and apart. But I do think that religions keep us apart and divide us more. So I would want to teach them about all the different religions in the world that people observe here and why, there's so much conflict because they're trying to understand, who we are as humans and our mindset. So I'm going with the Bible.
Okay.
But
all right.
You remember now the reason I came up with this idea is because over on your Facebook page, you posted a picture of I don't know if it was a spaceship or like a ride that you go on, and you put "Who's going with me?" What is that? What was that you posted over there?
Somebody sent it to me. Yeah, I don't know the history behind it. I just thought it was fun. So I don't know.
Yeah, and it said go 700 miles an hour. I'm like, sign me up. I want to go. And then I thought, well, that's a cool idea to go with. Let's get on a ship with an alien race and teach them about the human race to save the world.
Okay.
I think that would make a cool movie, don't you?
Maybe. We've probably already seen that movie. Well, Deb, have a great weekend and be safe and be well. And we'll see you right here on Monday.
Hey, Jimmy, you heading to Vegas this weekend?
I am not.
Oh, that's too bad. They're all congregating over that way, a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
So, well, have a great weekend. I know all you do is work, but love the Fadernaughts, love you, love Race Hubs, and you behave, Jimmy, and stay safe, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for taking my call, hon.
Yeah, thank you. And that's Deb from Modesto. Coming in. I've got to take a quick break. Let's get that into as well. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. It is Fader night. You can see the number. It's right there. It's right there. It's going off the screen. 747-228-2051. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with us.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
This is Kristen, Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
I got to be quick on the draw. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. One with the big screen and the small screen. I want to know. Oh, now I've got another blinking light. Man, this is crazy. That's it. That's nuts. That's nuts to me. Now, I have no lights. The studio is completely dark. I have no lights on in here. Oh, I've got that light on over in the corner. Okay. I wish you could see it in here. It's black. It's black. Well, I got the two lights in front of me for this. But if anything happens in here now, I'm telling you, I mean, all lights are off. You guys saw that, right? It was this guitar right here. That one was lighting up on its own, and the light above it is off. Oh, you see that? What the heck? That was this guitar down here. They're lighting up on their own? What the? Oh, man. And there's no lights on. You don't see my face changing. Oh. Dudes, you guys are watching this, right? Please tell me. What I want to know, is it just me seeing this, or is this being broadcast? Did you see that? People, there's no lights on it. Man. Oh, good Lord. Okay. All right. And Lisa Reed just came in tonight, and I just tweeted out to her, replied, I told the chicken casserole story. And I was just wondering if everybody thought that I made that up. And I didn't. There's Lisa right there. Ask her. That chicken casserole story is real. And her and I, we went through, and I never cooked the chicken casserole. We went through a whole thing about why it's great and trading, and I never made one. I was going to make one, and I didn't. Now I'm all fixated. I think I'm going to do a chicken casserole this weekend. I just want that old home chicken casserole, right? And my mom, man, my stepmom, Sharon, made the most amazing chicken casserole. And I thought, you guys watching these lights? And I thought that there was some secret to it. Then I read the recipes. Well, there's nothing to this. You can't mess this up. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Bueno.
Who's this?
This is Paula.
Hey, Paula. What's cracking?
How are you? It's cracking all over the place.
Are you watching the video feed, or are you just listening on the radio?
No, I've got you on my TV in my RV, and I'm seeing it all live. And I just got to tell you, it's me. Nothing else. Well, I swear to goodness of all sakes that I have an effect on electrical things.
Apparently so. I mean, it's pretty funny to watch, and knowing that the studio is as dark as it is right now, where there's nothing going on. And now these two lights that are in front of me, I can see the reflection in the guitars, right? So these are reflecting. If I moved it up, I'm sure that the guitars would light up. No, maybe not in the background. But these
I can see it mostly on the red guitars.
Yeah. It just flickered. It just flickered right now. And then this guitar down here, the Explorer, that baby lit up bright orange a minute ago, and
it just did some glitches right now. But no, I've got a history of affecting electrical things, and I think there's been another show or two where all your shit starts glitching out when I go in.
Did you just potty mouth on the air, Paula?
I'm so sorry. I have a potty mouth.
You just potty mouthed. Okay, what's going on?
Let me just finish off that conversation with my aunt's stereo didn't work. And I said, it's going to play Doors albums. and I popped on an album and the thing worked, and then it wouldn't work for another album or a different band or whatever. And we showed my uncle that, look, it only plays for Doors albums.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think there's
anyway,
something to that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that goes way back. But I just want to say that I love all the guests you've had on recently, especially Billy Carson, and I'm totally wishing I would, I'm hoping I can go on this tour this year with y'all.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I
Yeah,
really
but the
am.
second, I bet. And I hear him talking about a tour the following year, with all the private little adventures. And yeah, they seem pretty cool too. But one thing I want you to look for when you're in the Great Pyramid, and I don't recall if it's the Queen's Chamber or the King's Chamber or whatever, but that mile-long hike you have to go in that little tunnel. You know
right.
what I'm talking about?
They both have. Well, the King's Chamber, you're talking about the Queen's Chamber. The King's Chamber, you go through the Grand Gallery. Okay, so that's what happens there. You just walk straight in. But there's a little cave that you go to get into the Grand Gallery. Queen's Chamber, that's got. I don't know how many, if it's 100 yards, 300 feet there. See, it just blinked again. The red guitar. And
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's only, right. But the Queen's Chamber,
I see it. It's like flashing.
It's 3 feet by 3 feet for 100 yards that you've got to go through to get into that. So,
well, take me back to 1984, once I had my vision of the pyramids and eyes and stuff. Sorry. All you could do was go to the library and look up this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there were pictures of the entrance to, I would suppose, I guess, the Queen's Chamber. And there are eyes above the entrance, like a big eye above the entrance. And that threw me for a loop, and I can't find any pictures. So would you verify or pay attention when you're entering? Is there an eye above the doorway?
And above most of the doorways, I can't speak, but tradition is they have the wings above the doorways. But I can't speak for all of them.
That.
So I will look for the Eye of Horus. Have you seen Paula? You've got to check out, and if you haven't yet, it's called Moon Night. And Moon Night, which is on, I think it's on Disney. And if you haven't seen Moon Night yet, it's Marvel and it's a series. I think it's on episode 4 now. This is all Egypt. Okay. So that I'm going to leave it there. I know people think Marvel, they're thinking superheroes and Avengers and all of that. So far,
no, we're being fed and dripped and blah blah blah. It's all becoming like a big.
You've got to watch Moon Knight, and it's all about Egypt. And his getup, his costume is a mummy, so he's all wrapped up. You know what? I just said too much. I've said too much. I don't even know if he's a superhero or any of that. But right now they are in episode 4. They're in Egypt, and it's that's it. I don't want to say anymore. Everybody just needs to enjoy it. But all of the mythology, everything that we talk about, and certainly with Billy, but others, on this show. I love Egypt, and man, What happens in this series is incredible. And what happens in episode 4 in this tomb? That's it. That's all I'm going to say. You've got to go check it out. Check out Moon Knight on Disney. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's good stuff. And Oscar Isaac, who's the star, I've talked about Oscar Isaac on the show many times over the years. He's just an actor that, in my opinion, doesn't get his due like he should. I think he should be, out. I just think he's an incredible actor. And boom, my man pops up in Moon Knight. And this has been really, really, really good for me. So check out Moon Knight. It's all Egypt all the time. It's really good.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about something that I think that when you had Adam Apollo on,
Monday,
you were talking about alternative worlds kind of things.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I want to share what I've seen. I mean, it's not really astral projection, but 2 Christmases ago, I went to bed one night and it was like I was on a train, and I was sitting in the train looking at this mountainous whatever. And then the next night I was moving to the right, let's say, on a train. And then the next night I was moving the opposite direction, just getting like a preview of some other place. And there's only been one other time where I saw, it was kind of like if you were to lift up a canvas, and when you saw behind the canvas, there was like a world, and the grass was really bright and things. So I just want to share that, if that's okay. But yeah, I think I've been given glimpses of another place, but I don't necessarily go there.
My whole trip, yeah, I do, Paula. And my whole trip is I feel that, and I can't explain it, and I can't prove any of this, but I feel that a few times in my life that I stepped into something else, or I drove through something else. Could never repeat it, right? Could never repeat it. And so what was it? And was it an accident? And or did it happen, for a reason? Did it happen on purpose? But what I'm saying is that when you go through an experience like that and you like take a little bit of an analysis on it, what is actually going on here? Because you can go every day through your neighborhood to work, right? And then one day, and that's everything's normal, whatever, right? And you drive back home, and then one day you drive through your neighborhood and you get lost. And suddenly,
I've been lost before.
Right. Now, what's going on with that? And I know it sounds to people that just don't get it, go, you know what, you're just nuts. You've got some kind of mental issues. You need to go see a therapist. You need to get on some medication. No, because the next day everything was fine. And it doesn't make any sense. And when you hear, and I've heard this so many times, these stories about people that drive through their town and suddenly the gas station and the store that were there are gone, or it's an older version, or it's a newer version, it's something in the future, whatever, but it's not the same. And the elementary school that should be there is gone. And they drive through and they feel like everything is, and then they drive back and everything is back to normal, where they were just on the street and now the gas station is back and the elementary school is back. And and you hear this now, is this some type of, psychic disorder, or is it a time warp? And I think that this stuff is real. I can only base it on my own experience, and I don't want to sound like a crazy person because I know that I'm not. At least I hope not, right? But yeah. I don't know.
I was driving by. Remember Metro Media Square, where everything was.
Where?
Once upon a time. Metro Media Square. It was where KMT broadcast out of.
Yeah. You're talking about on Hollywood Boulevard?
I don't know. I was driving on a highway through Metro Media Square, and I don't know. It just took me forever to get home. And it just seemed to be a strange little time warp.
Okay,
enemy.
KMET was at Metro Media Square. And let's see if I can get an address here. I
was trying to get to the 57 freeway, some kind of transition somewhere, and I kept getting screwed up in this loop thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It was a long time ago.
Metro Media Square. Okay, hold on for a second. Let's see.
CBS. It was like Television Central.
Okay, so if let's see. Okay, I'm going to do one more quick search, and we're almost at the end of the show. Metro Media Square. All right. Blah, 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 blah. I'm looking at it here. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, it was on Sunset Boulevard. At 50, yeah, that's what I thought. And this is over. I actually took a couple of classes here in this building, and you could see it from the freeway on the 101 when you drove by. And
I think it was coming from
it's right off the 101. Yeah. Yep. And I did some stuff in this building once. So you're saying that you got lost by Metro Media Square? Yeah, that's a funky. You know what? If you're going to get lost in Hollywood, there was a great song by Rainbow, by the way, "Lost in Hollywood," or maybe Alcatraz by Graham Bonnet. That song is based on this building and that part of Hollywood, which is like Van Ness, that area, the 101 freeway, Van Ness, and Sunset Boulevard. That is the.
And I think I was listening to Yes at the time.
Well, I'm sure you were.
Fields of green through open eyes.
Yeah,
it was kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, that part of Hollywood is paranormal freak show central right there. That part of Sunset Boulevard, even that part of Hollywood Boulevard, just north. That's old school, man. That's old school. And it's fun to visit. Well, I got to get out of here, Paula. Enjoy the rest of your night and weekend. Always great to hear from you.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
You're the best, Paula. It's time to fade to black. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a great night. And that part, when you used to drive up, and man, everybody's on hold. What do I do with these calls? Oh, man. Okay. You know what? Just because the length of time on hold here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. 30 seconds. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Rooster down in Louisiana. How's it going, man?
Hey, Rooster, you've been on hold for a long time. I just wanted to jump in and say, have a great weekend and say hello to everybody real quick. Just say hello.
Hey, FADERNIGHT, how's it going?
There you go, Rooster. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week, man. All right?
Yeah, man. I'll try you again next week.
Yeah, you got it. And you know what? Should I squeeze in? I am out of time. That's it. I got to roll credits. Let's get one more in. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. 30 seconds. Say hello to the world.
Hey, Jim, Chicago calling. Ron from Chicago.
Ron from Chicago.
Yes, I just want to let you know, when I was getting off work, going into the parking lot at about 9 o'clock p.m., this evening, okay?
Yeah.
Chicago, this was our first day with clear skies and what have you. And going to the car, and I wanted to ask you, I saw at least, and I'm looking at it and I said, hey, wait a minute, I gotta really watch this. And it was 100 lights, and it was a straight line, and it was gliding. It wasn't making no ears. You couldn't hear an engine or anything, and it was going towards east, going towards over the city, but towards the lake.
Okay,
and
what time?
Hey,
hey, Ron, I got to get to credits.
Yeah.
What time tonight did this happen in Chicago?
At 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So FADERNIGHT, everybody,
9 o'clock.
Everybody out there, 9 o'clock, Chicago. Did anybody see anything in the sky over the city heading east? Ron, thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. And another great FADERNIGHT, everybody. I just had so much fun. Back to before I get out of here. So KMET and Fox Television and KTTV and everything that was in this building used to be able, it's still there, but back in the day when you were on the 101 freeway, it was right there. And it had this sculpture zigzag going across the top of it. And when I first arrived, this is the building that Paul is talking about, Metro Media Square. So I just arrived to Hollywood, and I go to Hollywood for the first time, and we're going down, I don't know, to exit on Sunset Boulevard maybe, but I remember seeing the building, and I never forgot it with the sculpture going across the top, and it said Fox. And back then, Fox wasn't what Fox is today. Back then, Fox was the tiny little network in Los Angeles that nobody was concerned about. I'm serious, too. But there it was, and it was Fox. This is 1984. But I never forgot the zigzag. And I ended up working in that area and getting acquainted to that part of Hollywood. And I'm telling you, I've had more supernatural weirdness happen at Metro Media Square than probably, and that part, Van Ness and Sunset Boulevard, than anywhere in Los Angeles. So when Paula tells that story tonight, I'm telling you, she is 100% correct. I'm right there on this Metro Media Square. I forgot it was called Metro Media Square. It was always the Fox building to me with the sculpture on the top. So I wanted to get that in before the end of the show. I got to roll out of here. Great night tonight. Thank you to everybody that called in. And FADERNIGHT still, for these reasons, is absolutely the best night in all of talk radio in all of the world. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and this broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2022 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Another week of Fade to Black kicks off on Monday. Until then, have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. It's time to fade to black.